Fancy seeing you. Hey, are you ready? No time like the present. We are going to be doing 5-minute rounds, 1-minute break, non-stop. 5 exercises for those 5-minute rounds, so 1 minute for every exercise. We're going to try and not take a break between shifting from one exercise to the other. We're going to try and do that as quickly as we can because you get the break after. All right. These 5 exercises are going to include some cardio, some strength training, all-rounders. Let's get going. Do me a favor, pick something like, this would be a high-intensity interval training. What I want you to make sure you do is that you kind of push within those 5 minutes, earn that rest. That's going to be our theme today. So let's just start it out, march it out. Remember, we train silently on a Tuesday, just for a different vibe, just for a different focus, okay? A lot of the times when we're working out, music can drive us, give us the energy, the oomph to continue. And on a day like today, you gotta find it in yourself. It's just a challenge. Music has its place. I'm all about doing that. But I like the change. I like to kind of hear myself breathe, and I realize, wow, you're struggling there. All right, march it out nice and easy. Did I tell you you're looking really good this morning? Oh, yeah, well, you're looking really good this morning. Give me a nice big inhale, in with the good. Lift the chest and exhale. Tilt that head back when you bring those hands up over the head to touch. Inhale and exhale. Good, just get some movement in the neck. Last time, big inhale and exhale. Beautiful job. March it out for me. Nice and steady. All right, good. Let's do a nice V-step. Let's start with the right leg. So I want it forward and wide. Good job. 4, 3. We're going to stay with this right leg. 2. Last one. Now we're going to try and do a little mini squat here. Come on. That's it. Did I say mini? That's not looking so mini, is it? Good job. Keep going. We have 4 more. That's it. 3, 2. Last one. March it out for me, please. All right. That's it. 3 big inhales. Look at the hands as they touch over the head. And exhale. That's it. Lift the chest away from the hips. Stretch the abdominals. 1 more time. Nice job. Good. March it out for me, please. We're going to do that V-step on the left leg. Are you ready? Let's go. Nice and easy to begin. Wide and step forward. 4 more. Are you ready? Add that squat. I'm not going to use the word mini. Try and make it as deep as you can, but fluid. Nice. 4 more. Getting those big muscles to work. Saying good morning. 1 more. And march it out for me, please. Good. That's it. Excellent job. We're right on time. Trying to keep time today because I got the gym clock right there. You should have seen the negotiation to get it in the right space so I can see it. Woo. Wish me luck, wish me luck. All right, place all your weight on that left leg. Open and twist that hip for me. Good, 1 more time. Excellent job. Now, push back into that calf, come to standing. 1 more time. Bring that leg forward, hamstring, in and out of it. That's it, get that balance. Don't wiggle and wobble like I just did. Fabulous job. Shake it out. All the weight on the right leg. Let's do the same thing with that left hip. Up and open. Ooh, mine is talking this morning. It's cracking and cracking. Good, step it back. Push into that calf. Come to standing. Can you go a little bit wider? Bigger step back. Excellent. Into that hamstring. Did you see how I like shift my legs to help with balance? Good job. That's it. All right. Now just alternating quad stretch. We're nearly there. We have about 30 more seconds in our warm up. Good. Give me some chain breakers. Just kind of keep those hands at shoulder height. Is it hot where you're at? It is so hot here. I'm already sweating and my glasses are sliding off my nose. Yeah, that's it. Don't hit anything. Don't break anything. That's it. Beautiful. Shake it out. All right, that's your 5 minute. You'll need those two weights. I have 6 and 8 pounders because we are doing 8 rounds. Okay, and they're gonna last for 1 minute. The idea is, you know, to get it burning. Get something to drink. Are you ready? No time like the present. Let's go. I'm gonna start that clock up. It's gonna count down. We're starting with the high knee pause. In 3, 2, 1. So remember that high knee pause. So give me like a little jump, as big as you can. 1 minute. That's it. So I want you to pause on that side, working a little bit of balance with control with the cardio. We're trying to get that knee at least to hip height. And we're going side to side, working a little bit of the side body. So those obliques, inner outer thighs. Nice and steady. Not too crazy. Oh, you're looking great. That is exactly what I want. We're at the halfway mark. Keep going. I know. Who said we should do a minute round? Maybe. That's it. Can you go a little side to side? All right, the next exercise is the goblet squat. You're gonna need one weight. So, eyes on the weight. 5, 4, 3, 2, pick up that weight. Hold it like it's something special. 1 minute. As deep as you can. No break in this 5 minutes, okay? So we set up and go straight into the exercise. Let those knees come out. If you want to drop the hips lower than the knees, that's cool. Nice deep squat for me. Keep that chest up. How wide your legs are is up to you. If you want them a little bit more narrow, you can. That works. You want to adjust them, that works. All right, our next exercise is going to be the row. So you're going to need another weight. Eyes on it. 3, 2, 1. Grab that other weight. Bend it over. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Pulling those hands back. Now the back is a big muscle. So maybe your 8 pounders or your heavier set of weights. Halfway mark. Belly in. If you need to reset, go ahead. If the back's hurting, come up a little bit more. Okay, next exercise is going to be on the ground. Keep those 2 weights. Come down to the ground. Ankles under the knees, push the butt up. Chest press. Now, squeeze the glutes together. Try and get the knee, hip, shoulder in a nice straight line. This is your last strength training exercise. I know. Come on. How high can you hold that hip? That's it. Keep going, your pace, but steady for the minute. All right, we are done with strength training. Keep pushing for a second. We have about 5 seconds left. We're gonna get rid of the weights and you need to stand up. 3, 2, 1, stand up, get rid of the weights. A run pause, your last minute. Now, notice how the legs are going behind, side to side. That's it, come on, come on. Now, can you get that ankle to knee height? Remember your pace. You don't have to hop, you can step it out, but don't be scared of a hop, right? That plyometric is very good for the joint. If you're concerned, just make the hop smaller, tiny, yeah? Come on guys, 10 seconds. Your first rest coming up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 minute break. Woo! How was that? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Oh, but I am sweaty. Oh, Velcro hair just stuck to the towel. Oh, I might try a slightly heavier weight for my goblet squat. Yeah. Okay, we're past that 30-second mark for the rest. We're looking at 20 seconds more rest and then we begin. So, cheers. Come back to me. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, high knee pause. Come on. So remember, part of working out is when you take the break, okay? That's what's gonna keep us like working on endurance and cardio, because you're not gonna get that full-on break until after the 5 minutes. You're looking good. Try and get that knee to hip height and give me a little side to side. Normally I focus a lot on vertical movements. We have a little bit of like a rainbow. Yeah? Sunshine of my life, come on. Remember, if you don't want to hop, you don't have to. We have 10 more seconds here, and then we go to the goblet squat. Eyes on that weight. 3, 2, 1. Set it up. Let's go as soon as you got it. Beautiful. As deep as you want, as wide as you want. Steady. Keep that chest up for me, please. Ten more seconds here. We're heading to the row. You're gonna need 2 weights. Eyes on them. Where are they? In 3, 2, 1. Switch out. Now let's try a stagger stance here. One leg forward. So you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Working the top of the back. If you need to switch out the leg, go ahead. Pull those shoulder blades. Come on, elbows back, wide. 10 more seconds here, then we're going to the ground. I'm keeping these same weights. If you're changing out, eyes on those weights. 3, 2, 1, lay it down. Let's go. Lift that butt. Make sure your ankles are under your knees. Chest press. Now tap the weights together when they come up. Make sure they're tapping somewhere in line with the chest. Yeah, maybe between the neck and the breast. Yeah? So make sure they're not over the belly button and make sure they're not over the forehead. Keep going. Up and down, nice and steady. Lift those hips, re-engage. Don't let them sink. Come on, 10 seconds. Then you get rid of the weights and stand up. 3, 2, 1. Get rid of the weights, stand it up. Run, pause. Come on. That's it. How are you feeling? Do you want to go faster? Don't forget the pause. Do you want to go slower? Don't forget the pause. Nearly there. Give me that pause to make sure we're working on some balance and no momentum. Yeah? 5 seconds. Rest. 1 minute break. Round 2. Well done. How are you feeling? I think I can do the chest press with my heavier weights. I'm going to pull them out. Get something to drink. "30 more seconds. You know the drill. And now I want you to start challenging yourself. Yeah? Less than 20 seconds to go. Get another sip. Here's to round 3. Come back to me. We're starting in 5, 4, 3. High knee pause. Let's go. Try and get that knee to hip height or higher. That's the challenge. Now, this may be hard to do depending on your flexibility and mobility in the hip, but as we keep trying, we'll improve that flexibility and mobility. That's it. Beautiful start to round 3. Proud of you. Breathe. Ten more seconds here. Eyes on that goblet. 3, 2, 1. Pick up that weight. Set it up. Let's go. Minute you're ready. I'm going to bring my legs in this round. Be a little bit narrower squat. This works a little bit more of the quad. That's all. We're trying to bring that hip down to knee height at least. But that's where you can add your variation. Chest up for me. Chest up for me. 10 seconds left. We're going into the row. You're gonna need 2 weights. 3, 2, 1. Switch out. Let's go. Let's try bringing the legs in line. Suck the belly in. Do you remember which one was in the front? Let's change it out. Put the other one in the front. Line them up. 10 seconds. Heading to the ground. 3, 2, 1. Get your weights. Ankles under the knees. Chest press. Lift the hips off the ground. So bridge, chest press. Tap the weights when they come up. Make sure they're staying over the chest. Control them, open wide. And now squeeze the butt a little bit more. As we go on with the minute, you might notice your hips start to drop, re-engage. Come on, nice and steady, whatever that steady is for you. 10 seconds left here. We're gonna stand up. Get rid of those weights, right? In 3, 2, 1. Get rid of the weights, stand it up. Run, pause. That heel has to come up behind. As soon as you get up, straight into it. Yeah. So we incorporate that. Get up. All right. This is the end of round 3. Can you give me that pause? Try and get the heel to kick the butt this time. Can you? Come on. Lift that heel up. Want it at least to knee height. 10 seconds. Don't forget that pause. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Good job. Okay. For round 4, I'm going to want you to take a sip of water, keep it in your mouth for the entire minute with Goblet Squat, and then we swallow it, and then we take another sip of water and keep it in our mouth for the entire minute of chest press on the ground. Okay, so there'll be 2 minutes in this round where we only breathe through our nose. You ready? Take your sip and swallow. We have 10 seconds. Take another sip and swallow. Minute 1, nothing in our mouth. In 3, 2, high knee pause. Let's go. Round 4. Try and get that knee higher than the hip each time. And hold it. That shows a little bit more control. Good job. Come on. Higher than the hip. Come on. Come on. Lean the body. Side to side. So we have some vertical movement as well as some lateral movement. 30 seconds. Now I'm not going to talk for minute 2 because I'm going to have some water in my mouth. Nose breathing only. 20 seconds. Come on. 10 seconds. Take a sip, hold it. Goblet squat. Swallow. Get ready, we have 5 more seconds here. Going to the row. Pick up those weights, row. Let's try the legs parallel. Squeezing those shoulder blades. Driving those elbows back, up. Breathe. So widen those elbows for me. It's not a narrow row. Take them out. Yes. I see that. Good job. Okay, this is minute 3. Okay, we have 15 more seconds. Gonna take a sip of water and hold it for minute 4, okay? 10 seconds, come on. Put it down, grab a sip of water, hold it in the mouth, and then down to chest press, lift the butt. Swallow, you have 10 more seconds here. Get ready to stand it up. 3, 2, 1. Get rid of the weights. Run, pause. The heel comes up behind. Come on, as quick as you can, get up. That's it. Let's go. Yes. Good job. Come on. You got this. We are halfway through. This is the end of round 4. Yes. Proud of you. So proud of you. That's it. Come on. Even Dante's proud of you. Did you hear him? He was shaking his head there like, yes. Come on. He actually was saying no. Come on. 45 seconds done, 15 left. Steady. Don't stop. Woo, take your break. 1 minute. Proud of you. Wow, well done. All right. You guys are doing fantastic. Nice and steady. Love it. Now, we're in the latter half, so what I really want from you is for you to push yourself. We're at 30-second mark for the rest. 30 seconds left. How are you feeling? Tune in, and that's going to tell you how you attack the next round. Okay, if you're really tired and you just want to think steady. If you're like, come on, Suzanne, come on, body, you're gonna push. Let's go. High knee pause. Round 5 has started. I know, I didn't even give you a countdown there. Keeping you on your toes. Can you turn it around? All the way around? Did you turn around clockwise or anti-clockwise? Can you turn around the other way? Keep that pause. Side to side now. Really think about it. 10 seconds. 3, 2, goblet. Ten seconds. 3, 2, row. Stagger. Switch it out. Ten seconds. 3, 2, chest bridge. Pushing straight up. Come on. Lift those hips. Can you tap the weights when you come up? Gentle. Ten seconds. 3, 2, stand it up, run pause. As quick as you can. Oh, come on. Okay, Suzanne, a little bigger, come on. 10 seconds. Rest. White drink. Good job. I have a new piercing in my nose. I need to like tighten it a little bit, fix it so it stops slipping. So I'm not picking my nose, I'm just trying to get my piercing to get back into its spot. When it drops forward, not only does it look like I have a booger in my nose, but it tickles the outside of my nose and it's irritating and I can't focus. Yeah, it's not only you. It's not only you that can't focus. All right, guys. 15 seconds left of rest. Here comes round 6. Starting in 5. Come back to me. 3, 2, high knee pause. Let's go. Remember, starting right as soon as you're ready, you're set up. Yeah? No extra rest. Come on. Give me that rainbow. I know, we're all tired now. We're gonna finish strong, okay? We have, like, homebound, yeah? Get ready for goblet in 3, 2, 1. Pick it up. Let's go. Use both those legs, okay? Especially when you're tired. If you need to, you can get rid of the weight. Pace yourself. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, row. Set it up, let's go. Stagger. Together. Stagger other leg forward. Legs together. Ten seconds. All right, down on the ground. Chest with bridge. Come on. Now make sure your knuckles are pointing to the ceiling. You're opening those elbows nice and wide for me. Pushing up through the shoulder. Reset that butt. I was dropping there a little. I know. Come on. 10 more seconds here. Get rid of it, stand it up. Run, pause. Come on, guys. That's it. Okay, come back to that side to side. Give me a little bit of that rainbow. Heels coming up. In the back. Yes. Rest. Good job. Less than 10 minutes of work now. Wipe, drink. Whew. You got this. Whew. All right. So we have done about nearly 41 minutes of exercise while working out together, including the warm-up. Okay? Now, these last 10 minutes will be the hardest. You're not fresh. You're not ready to take on the day. Your mind is kind of like getting used to the exercise. It's getting a little bored. It's telling you different things. It's drifting. You need to stay focused. 5 seconds, round 7. 3, 2, 1. High knee pause. Less than 10 minutes to go of work. Come on. So reset. Now that I've told you these 10 minutes will be the hardest, yeah, your brain will drift the most, and it's going to give you excuses that make perfect sense to you. Like, it's too late, I gotta go. Yeah, lots of things it's going to say. Yeah, I want you to finish strong. Commitment, consistency. That's what improves fitness. Okay? Come on. Ten seconds here. Side to side. Goblet squat. I'm going to open wide this time. Really wide. Just because I haven't done it. That's all. The wider you open, make sure your knees still track over the toes. So make sure those knees are not caving in. Your pace. Stay focused. 10 seconds. 3, 2, switch it out. Row. Stagger. Now you notice my movements are getting smaller, slower. I'm just accommodating. Yeah? So, because I'm working out when I'm tired, with my accommodations, it allows me to get fitter and stronger. It's not balls to the wire or else nothing. Yeah? It's 100% effort. Now remember which leg You were forward on, okay? Are you opposite to mine? Or are you the same leg as me? 3 more seconds, because we'll do the other leg in the last round. Get down, chest bridge. Now I notice my hips have been dropping, so I'm going to keep my attention there. So I have my peripheral vision focused on that alignment between my knee, my hip, and my chest. That's it. Ten seconds. Good job. Stand it up as quick as you can. Run pause. This is the end of minute 7. I know. It gets harder and harder to get off the ground. I know. No one said it would be a walk in the park. That's a good thing to do, by the way. A walk in the park. Come on. We were built to walk, to move forward. Come on. So, promise me this week you'll take a walk in the park. I didn't hear you promise. 10 more seconds here. Come on. Good job, rest. Less than 5 minutes of work left. Anybody can start. Believe it or not, it's getting up and getting ready to start that takes the most motivation. Now, people think motivation comes from your instructor or, outside, you see a nice quote. No. Motivation comes from action. You gotta do it, and then you'll be motivated to do it more. All right, guys. This 8th round, we're gonna do that water hold in minute 2 and minute 4. We have 15 more seconds. Take a sip. Swallow. Come back to me. 3, 2, high knee pause. Your 8th and final round. Come on. That's it. Less than 5 minutes now. Grab that knee to hip hike. Don't forget your technique. Side to side. A little bit of rainbow in my life. That's it. "30 seconds. The next minute, we're gonna do the water hold, okay? Just training you to breathe through the nose only, that's all. Ten more seconds. Take a sip, hold it, goblet squat. Swallow. Keep going. 5 seconds. Row. Now your other leg forward. Stagger. Keep going, 10 more seconds. Get a drink. Hold it in your mouth. Swallow, 10 more seconds. Get rid of the weight, stand it up. Run, pause. Your last minute of work. You did it. I'm so proud of you. All right, so we did 8 minutes of squats, 8 minutes of rows, 8 minutes of chest press, 8 bridge minutes holds. What? 8 minutes of bridge holds, and 16 minutes of cardio. Good job. And by breaking it up, we eliminate that momentum. 10 more seconds. You're done. So proud of you. Well done. Tap it out for me. Woo, side tap. Straight into the cool down. Wow, well done. How are you feeling? A little breathless, I hope. All right, heel tap. Good job. 20 more seconds, toe tap. And then we're gonna do some static stretches. That's it, we're trying to bring that heart rate. We're gonna just try and stabilize the breath, the heart rate, the hormones. And there you go, there's your 48 minutes, done. Did you hear that? Good job, big inhale and exhale. Big inhale and exhale. Oh, good job today. Big inhale, keep it up over the head. Clasp the hands, the palms are to the ceiling, thumbs are pointing to me. Push them straight up above the head. Lift the ribs away from the hips. Pull it back. Bring it to shoulder height, round the back, tuck the chin. Stretching out that back. Pull the shoulders to the ears. Good, shake it out. Let's do that again. Straight up. Pull back. Shoulder height, round, tuck the chin. And release. One more time. Pull back. Shoulder height, round and tuck. Good, release. Roll those shoulders forward. Nice job. Roll those shoulders back. All right, clasp the hands behind. Let's stretch out the chest. Chest up, chin away from the chest. Tilt the head back. Excellent job. Quad stretch on the right leg. Pull the knee in to the chest. Hamstring. Calf. Left leg. Quad stretch. Knee into the chest. Hamstring. Calf. Balance. Good job. Open the legs wide. Release the hips. That was 3, 3 in the other direction. Good, just shake it out for me, please. And 3 inhales and exhales to finish. And when you exhale, come down, graze the hands on the ground, come back up. And graze the hands on the ground. Last time, come back up. This is number 3. Stay standing, clasp the hands down to the heart of the mat. Thank you so much for working out with me. I am so proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself. Have a fabulous, sweaty day.